Yes, hello. My name is Sophie Maes. I'm a partner from Belgium law firm Kleijs & Engels. I'm also heading the expert group within Ius Laboris Global Mobility, and I'm here very happy today with my colleague from our Italian partners Tofaletto, with Emanuela Nespoli. And we work very often together on cross-border projects, including global mobility, where employees are being sent across borders. And we will have a little chat about that today, isn't it, Emanuela?
Absolutely. Good. So, Sophie, I have one of my clients wants to send one of its very senior employee to one of its affiliates in Belgium. I assume that this is perfectly legal in your country.
Yes, of course, you're very welcome to send them to us. There is, however, one thing, because we have the Posted Workers Directive. If you are seconding employees, then this hardcore of minimum terms and conditions will be applicable. Of course, for very senior employees, that's not an issue because they are paid much more than all of that. But there is, however, one thing you will need to be very careful about in Belgium is that we have prohibited lease of personnel provisions.
The same in Italy. Exactly, absolutely.
Okay.
This is exactly the same.
Okay.
We have exactly the same problem in
All
our
right.
country.
But it's important because very often people think about social dumping, etc. But it also applies in case of secondments within the same group. So it means that you will need to think in advance, because we have some solutions for that. There are some exceptions for that, but you really need to think in advance how you will solve this, how you will contractually set up the secondment. Because if you don't think about it, or if you don't do it correctly, then it's prohibited lease of personnel, even if it is a senior employee from the mother company, and the consequences can be important. For example, there has been a very recent case last year where there has been a decision of the Labor Tribunal. Was a American national was being posted to Belgium. They did not think in advance how to structure it. To make a long story short, the decision of the Labour Court was that it was prohibited lease of personnel, and then the employee is considered to have a Belgian employment contract with the Belgian company. He was being repatriated. He did not want to do that, so he claimed an indemnity, like a dismissal.
Exactly.
Over 1 million.
Yeah.
So instead of thinking we will just repatriate him, it cost a fortune. So you really need to think in advance.
The same risk, you could face the same risk in Italy for the same hypothesis. But one question specifically linked to the concept of secondment, because in Italy, in order to have a lawful secondment, the interest of the actual employer is really important, because the interest should be something different from the mere interest in having one employee working for the other, for another company. Do you have anything similar in Belgium?
No, we have an extremely broad concept of posting our secondments. Actually, it is a posting or secondment, and the posting rules apply in Belgium if somebody is just being employed by a foreign employer and works temporarily. You need to work temporary on Belgian territory. We consider it as a posting, so all the posted workers directive rules.
If my understanding is correct, you don't even need a receiving company. Am I right?
No. So with all those digital nomads, whatever, if you temporarily work on Belgian territory, the posted workers rules apply.
I see. Very interesting.
And that's not the case. So you need a receiving company.
Yeah, because otherwise you don't have the concept of secondment. Because the concept of secondment implies that there is a receiving company, and which benefits from the working activity of the posted employees.
So you're much broader.
Yeah. So there are differences but similarities in our countries. So thank you very much, Sophie. It was really helpful. Thank you.